What is good, folks? It's your boy here, Jordan Manuel, also known as Just Small, and today we're going to be getting into we're going to be talking about my possible starting 11 for England at the Euros this summer. This is going to be controversial. I want to know everybody's opinions. Who would you have picked? Please let me know in the comment section. And also, can we get 100 likes on this video? I thank you very much. So let's get straight into this with the goalkeeper. Now, the goalkeeper is quite controversial. There's really only one person. You could possibly give a shout out to another, and that would be Dean Henderson. But he's unfortunately not played enough football under Manchester United this season, although he has had some good games, but he's also had some stinkers, and he's also made some mistakes. But there's one goalkeeper in the Barclays Premier League that's been proving his worth game in, game out, and that is Nick Pope. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to have to say Nick Pope. He's my number one. He's my number one. Right after that is Dean Henderson. But for me, Nick Pope is the main goalkeeper. Jordan Pickford has unfortunately fell off, which is a shame because I think he is actually a good goalkeeper. But he's been underperforming lately, so it will probably be a little unwise to make him a starter. So that is the goalkeeper position with Nick Pope. Please let me know who you would have picked at the goalkeeper position down below in the comment section. Alright, next up we have none other than the left back position. This is a difficult one. This whole defence is going to be probably one of the most controversial places on the pitch that most people would probably disagree with. So let's start with the left back. You have a whole plethora of players here. You have Luke Shaw from Manchester United. You have Saka. You have Saka from Arsenal. You have Ben Chilwell. You have so many amazing left backs that are from England. But for me, I think because of this season, normally people are like, oh, you're probably going to go for Ben Chilwell. You're a Chelsea fan. I don't think Ben Chilwell deserves the start. I don't think he deserves the start. I think he deserves a place on the bench, and I think he'll be a good squad player to have. But for me, I'm going to have to say Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw has proved himself this season. After United went their separate ways with Jose Mourinho, Luke Shaw has proved himself to be an incredibly talented fullback and has improved massively. So that is amazing to see how far that they've actually come with how far he has come since Ole took the wheel. He's improved so much in this season. He's probably been the best fullback in the league, and you can't really deny that. So now we have right back. Right back now, this is going to be really, really tough because most people will probably say Alexander Arnold. He's amazing. This season he's been shit. This season he's been awful. He's been woeful. That whole Liverpool team has been so fucking woeful this season. And Alexander Arnold right now is going through a bad patch. So he is not. I think he's got a place in the squad, but I don't think he deserves to be starting. For me, someone that has been working their ass off. Also, I think that deserves a shout out, Kieran Trippier. He's been playing well for Atletico this season. But also, I think the main person that we really need to look into are either Reece James and Kyle Walker. These guys have been playing some really, really solid football when they've been playing. And Kyle Walker, I think he has just edged it for me for the starting right back. But I do think that there's a shout out for all three of Reece James, Kieran Trippier, and of course Alexander Arnold to be in that team because they're all fantastic fullbacks and they deserve a chance. They do deserve a chance. But I think for what Gareth Southgate will do, he will either go for Alexander Arnold or Reece James. For me, from this season alone, I'm going to have to say Reece James just edges it just over Alexander Arnold. But any given day, I would say Alexander Arnold just over Reece James. I feel like Alexander Arnold is a better defender, whilst Reece James is still a very good fullback and still a very good defender, but he's amazing going forward with the ball, getting onto the wing and getting crosses in or cutting inside. That's what he's amazing at. Although he's still a good defender, Alexander Arnold is just more of a traditional fullback. So now we have none other than a very, 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 very difficult decision to make, and that is the centre half. We have both centre half positions, and this is going to be controversial. But no, there's no Gomez. Joe Gomez is still injured, um, which is a shame. Very good player, but I don't think it's very difficult to say that this season for me up there is John Stones. John Stones, he deserves to start. He deserves his place in the England starting 11. He has been sensational this season, especially next to Ruben Diaz. Even when sometimes he hasn't been playing alongside Ruben Diaz, he has been fucking flawless and deserves his spot in the starting 11 for England. Next up, I'm going to have to say Maguire. Maguire, he is a leader. He is very vocal in the defence, and he has done well this season. He has had some good games, although United have had a bit of a. People say that they got very lucky. I know a few United fans that think that their team's got extremely lucky this season. To be honest, I could agree with them to a certain extent. I think some games they have got unfortunate in, but other games they've actually played good football. But for me, that is my defence to goalkeeper. You've got Nick Pope in goal. You've got Luke Shaw. You've got Harry Maguire and John Stones, and then you've got none other than Kyle Walker. So now we come to defensive midfield. You can pick so many here. You've got Phillips, you've got Henderson, you've got Declan Rice. But for me, it's got to be Declan Rice. We have to look towards the future. Jordan Henderson, although he's been a fantastic servant for us, for England, he's been phenomenal, played some fantastic football, but he is now getting on to his later years, and we need to start looking to the future. And I believe the best thing for us to do is to look towards the future and put in Declan Rice. He's been phenomenal this season for West Ham, and he keeps improving. So he deserves his spot as my main defensive mid. I could definitely see Phillips and Jordan Henderson finding their way into this team, but definitely getting on the bench. I can see them definitely getting on the bench and then being brought on. Or whenever some players are being rested, I can see them getting a start. So next up, we have none other than the two attacking midfielders or central midfielders. This is very, very difficult. This is extremely difficult to choose because England have generally got some of the most fantastic midfielders that they've had for a very long time. Also, this is supposed to be the next golden generation for England. So we need to take full advantage of this. So for me, I'm going to have to go with Mason Mount as one of my attacking midfielders. He has been sensational this season and absolute world-class performances that he's been putting in at Chelsea. He has been fantastic and he has been the player of the season for me for Chelsea. Next up, though, we have got none other than another young, talented player, and he deserves this. He deserves this spot, and that's Phil Foden. Phil Foden is literally probably the most talented young midfielder that I have seen in the Premier League for quite some time. Yes, Mason Mount's very talented, but Phil Foden is something different. He's different gravy, and it's lovely to see, and I hope and I pray that is he gets his chance, he gets his opportunity, and gets put into the starting 11. You can see many others making that team. You can see them getting on the bench, so don't you worry. So now we have the strikers, the attacking force mainly of England, and now we get to left wing. Now this is very controversial. A lot of people would say this guy or this guy or this guy. For me, I think there's only one person on my mind for that, and that's Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish has improved massively over the years. and he deserves his chance. He deserves his opportunity. Raheem Sterling, people go on about Raheem. I think he's not good enough for playing for England most of the time. And this season, although he has had a bit of a stinker, he has bagged goals. But for England, he doesn't perform well. He doesn't perform well enough for England. And I think you all could agree with me on that. And now we have the right winger. The right winger will be difficult. Everyone would most likely probably say Sancho or something. And that's who I'm going to go with. Sancho has been proving his worth. He's done well in the Bundesliga, and I believe that he deserves a start. But like I said, that's going to be controversial to a lot of people. Please let me know what you think. I do believe that Raheem Sterling will be getting into the squad, but I think the best thing for him to do is to put Raheem on the bench. Give Jack Grealish his chance, and if he does well, bring Sterling on towards the end, like the last 20 minutes of the game, get him a run out. Let's see if we can get at the defenders, as they're tired enough as it is. But yeah, those are my two wingers in Grealish and Sancho. It was very difficult to choose, but Sancho just edged it for me on right wing. Next up, ladies and gents, we have the final position, and that is striker. Now, we all know the striker that we are going to choose. There's only one man that can do this. That's Wayne Rooney. Alan Shearer. No, Harry Kane. Harry Kane has had a phenomenal season. Even though he's been in a piss average Tottenham squad, him and Son have been world class all season long. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin deserves a spot on the bench. I believe that, but I don't think he has done enough to get that start ahead of Kane. And that is to why Kane keeps proving it, improving his worth in the Premier League. Year in, season out, he deserves his captain's armband and his start as the main striker for England at this year's Euros. So that, ladies and gents, is my starting 11. Please let me know of what you think of this team down in the comment section. Tell me who you would have gone for. And yeah, thank you all ever so much for watching. Come on, England. It's coming home. Bring on the Euros. Let me know who you would have picked. Yeah, that's it for now, folks. Thank you all ever so much for watching. Make sure you are all subscribed, and I can do more of this kind of stuff. Also, we'll be talking more about the football when it comes to the podcast, when everything gets sorted out there. So we will see you all next time. See you now. Take care. And peace.